All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So we've never done one of these before. I wanted to sort of switch it up. We've been talking a lot about my trades and a lot about silver, but I want to switch it up today and do a coin roll hunting video. I am so excited because I was going to buy silver today, but the silver shops, I guess, are closed for the 4th of July weekend. Couldn't find any silver bullion dealers that were open today. So I figured, well, I haven't done some coin roll hunting in a couple of weeks. And I went ahead and got $50 worth of coins. I already looked through the quarters. I only bought 2 rolls of these. Quarters don't really yield much, but we did find an amazing 2009 quarter that I'll talk about in a few minutes. But I want to do a coin roll hunting video for you guys and show you kind of, what I'm looking for, why I coin roll hunt, some of the cool stuff that I try to pull out of circulation. When we start moving closer and closer towards a full-blown digital cashless economic system, I think the coins are going to be the first to go, right? The paper will probably be around a little bit longer than the coins, and they're already talking about the Mint and the Congress. They're already talking about devaluing this stuff even further, and so if you know anything, if you ever heard of like Gresham's law. Bad money drives out good. So the more they devalue this currency and devalue, these monetary metals, as the alloys become cheaper and cheaper, and we go from, we went from copper pennies to zinc pennies. We may go from, maybe the nickel is taken out of these. They're even talking about possibly plastic coins at some point in time. So I do think, even though these are industrial metals, they're still monetary metals. Nickel is a monetary metal. Copper is a monetary metal. Apparently, zinc can be used as a monetary metal. And so I'm trying to stack as much of this stuff as I possibly can. So if I don't find anything super special, what I'm going to do is just throw these back in the rolls, and I'm just going to stack them. I have, I don't know, maybe a couple $100 now worth of nickels, pennies. I have a few rolls of quarters. I don't have very many dimes. But that's sort of why I'm doing this, just to sort of diversify my physical stack. Now, that being said, what we're looking for today is, I like to pick up nickels and pennies because that seems to be, at least in my area, what yields the most. So I'm looking for anything like buffalo nickels, silver war nickels, maybe proof nickels. And then I do keep all of the Lewis and Clark nickels. I set those aside, the ones from 2004 and 2005. I set them aside in their own little stack. And I keep any of the pre-1965 nickels, right? Anything that's pre-1965, I keep. Just because it's older, and generally speaking, I think 100 years from now, premiums on that kind of stuff will definitely go up. Then with the pennies, obviously we're looking for copper, right? Because after 1982, they devalued copper, the copper pennies, and they're now zinc. But copper pennies are still in circulation, and especially if you can find these customer wrapped rolls like this at your bank or your credit union, this is what I look for because there's usually a lot of copper in here. I'll probably get, with 20, I have 20, I think I have 20, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I have 20 rolls of pennies. I'll probably get maybe 3 or 4, hopefully, rolls of copper. We're also looking for wheat pennies. I've never found an Indian head penny, but that would be awesome if there was an Indian head penny. Sometimes there's cool stuff like euros, in these. I found like euro dimes before in the pennies. So that's what we're looking for. As far as quarters are concerned, I did already go through these quarters. I had a couple of rolls. I needed laundry money too, but I already went through them before deciding to make this video. And the reason I don't look through quarters much is because they really don't yield a whole lot. I have found a couple of West Point quarters, which are fairly valuable, but I've never found any silver. I really don't think there's a lot of silver out there as far as the quarters go. But something I do look for is 2009s, right? And here we go. Today I got lucky and I found, I've never actually seen this quarter before, Northern Marina Islands, 2009. The 2009 for anything, nickels, pennies, dimes, quarters, they are very rare. And the reason they're rare is because it's the lowest mint year pretty much ever. Right, because of the financial crisis in 2008 and 2009, the global banking system basically collapsed, and the mints, they didn't have the metal, they didn't have the money to make the coin. So it's the lowest mint year ever for all of these coins. So I always take the 2009s and put them aside. And it's just sort of a little hobby for me. And of course, I'm going to, stack these if I don't use it for my laundry. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to look through probably the nickels first, and let's just see what we find. So already almost through the first roll of nickels, and so far nothing super special, but I'll kind of give you an idea of what it is that I'm looking for besides just like silver or super old coins, right? Obviously 1965 and below, but I also look for these Jefferson nickels, the Lewis and Clark Jefferson nickels, which I've mentioned before. They're from 2004 and 2005. I just like the design, and I just like to sort of keep them separate from everything else. We did come across this beautiful 1978 nickel, and the shinier the better, the more detail the better, especially on these older ones. And I don't think it's full steps, but there's definitely a couple of steps on the Monticello building there. I'll probably put this one aside. I have a plastic, case, like a plastic roll that I can keep some of these in. And then we also found this S Mint mark from 1969. That's the San Francisco Mint. And I don't know about you all on the West Coast, but these are very, very hard to find here on the East Coast, the ones with the S Mint mark. And I'm not even sure if San Francisco even has a mint anymore. I think these are like pretty much limited. Like it was only a few years the San Francisco Mint was minting nickels. So I definitely keep anything with an S mint mark. I keep that and set it aside. I'll probably put it in the shiny nickel pile with this one. But, that's kind of some of the stuff I'm looking for that I just personally like to collect. Okay, second roll of nickels, and look at this beautiful 1963 specimen. Not perfect, but definitely shiny, nice and clean. Got maybe a couple of steps on there, so we're definitely gonna set that one aside. We're into the third roll of nickels, and already we found another S mint mark. I'm pretty sure that's an S, right? That looks like an S to me from 1968, so super stoked about that. I really do. I don't know why, I just enjoy these because they're from the West Coast. They're kind of like, I don't know if you call it limited edition, but they're definitely not minted anymore. So we'll set that one over right here. Look at that, a 46 and a 61. One more year behind, and a 45 or 44, and this would have been a war nickel. So they're out there. Hopefully we find one today. Another S mint mark from 1968 again. So that's pretty cool. 3 in 1 session. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so we've got 2 more rolls of nickels to go. So far, nothing too special, but definitely some things that I'm going to put aside. We found some old nickels, but we've got 2 more rolls to go. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we find. I think I saw Lewis and Clark. Yep, Lewis and Clark nickel. Definitely going to put that in the Lewis and Clark pile right there. And another one from 1946. I'm telling you, one more year, and this would have been a silver war nickel. But I'll take a 46. I'll put it over here with my pre-1965s. And another one from 1946. I'm telling you, we're so close. We're so close. Maybe somebody went through these ones and picked out all the war nickels and threw these ones back. But yeah, old nickels, I love them. I love them. I think someday, 100 years from now, that people are going to be like, oh, I'll pay $1 for a nickel. Right, especially when the nickels become completely debased and maybe they just get rid of these entirely. Okay, so we looked through all of those nickels. We did take some things aside. The Lewis and Clarks, the older nickels, and we found a couple of nice older shiny ones that I'm going to keep. And of course, the San Francisco mint marks. So definitely grateful for that. Nothing too special, no buffaloes, no silver, but I've got more rolls to add to my nickel stack now, and we've got some pretty cool stuff here. So super grateful. Now it's on to these pennies. We have 20 rolls of pennies that we're going to look through. This is the good stuff. Should be some copper, should be some wheat pennies. You never know what you might find in these customer wrap rolls. Okay, so we are 2 rolls in, and already we have found a 2009 penny. These pennies obviously look a little bit different than the regular ones, but like I said, 2009, lowest mint year ever. And with the pennies, they went ahead and made like 4, I think there's 4 different, what are these, the reverse? 4 different reverses that they designed. And it's just to sort of commemorate the different stages of Lincoln's life. So we're going to go ahead and put that right here. We did find some copper already, so going to definitely stack the copper. I'm not going to lie, when I see all of this copper right there in a row, look at that, I get very, very excited. Actually, this is, what is that, 82? I've got an 82 pile. Maybe later on I'll weigh all of my 82s and separate them. But they could be copper. But yeah, there's definitely copper in these rolls. That's why I like the customer wrapped rolls the best. All right, and this is why I do this. We found a beautiful wheat penny from 1944. One of the best specimens I have personally found in quite a few weeks. That looks very, very nice. You can clearly see all the details. You can even see the wheat pretty good. And yeah, this is just an amazing piece of American history. Not only is it copper, but it's also, you know, a wheat penny. They don't make these anymore. So I'm very, very, very happy to have found this. And we still have like, I don't know, 18 more rolls to go. Oh my God, we found another wheat penny. This one, it's kind of got some grime on it. Not exactly sure what that is. Almost looks like laundry detergent or something. I might try to clean that off a little bit. It's from 48. And we still are only like, this is the 2nd or 3rd roll we've looked through. So this is a good sign that we've already found 2 of them. Hopefully, you know, that wasn't the only 2 in there. I'm hoping we find a few more because it's been harder to find these lately. But that is a good sign. I'll add that over here with this one. Oh my gosh, guys. I cannot even believe this. I was just sort of skimming through these. We definitely got some copper. There's a little bit of copper over here, but look at this. What does that say? 1913? Oh my gosh. This might actually be the oldest wheat penny. I'll have to check. This might be the oldest wheat penny I've ever found. And look at the condition. That is absolutely beautiful. I really do not know. I'm going to have to check my stack. I do not know if I have one that old. That is just... that is amazing. This is why I do this. This is why I coin roll hunt. I absolutely love this. So grateful. That's now the 3rd wheat penny that we found. So I'm gonna go ahead, put it on top of this one. This one, like I said, is a little grimy. Might need to just wash that off. But that is absolutely amazing. So blessed. So grateful. Man, I love this stuff. I love it. We're finding all kinds of good stuff today. Do you see what I see? It looks like one of those 2009s. Like I said, they just sort of commemorate the different stages of Lincoln's life. Not exactly sure what that's commemorating there. What does that say? It's like the barn or something. I don't know. Maybe he like slept in a barn. Not exactly sure. But it's another 2009. Definitely got to put that over here in the 2009 stack. So we're almost halfway through, and this is always fun. We have a Canadian penny, and it's from 1945. That might actually be the oldest Canadian penny I have ever found. It's definitely copper. Oh yeah, that's not even the Queen. But is this Canadian? Yeah, it is Canadian. It's not the Queen. Let's see. George, I guess? George... Wow, I do not have one of these. This is very, very, very cool. I'm going to have to look into this. I don't actually know who this is. Is this maybe a king or a prince? I thought it was always the queens on these. But this is 1945 Canada. It's definitely copper and absolutely beautiful. Definitely will be adding this to my foreign coin box. I have a small box, you know, probably about that big, with all foreign coins. I throw all the Canadians in there, anything from South America, anything from Asia. So I'll definitely add this to the stack. But that is very, very, very cool. You just never know. Sometimes you find that kind of stuff in these customer wrapped rolls. And this just keeps getting better. So we are more than halfway through. This is now number 4. Let's flip it over on the obverse and see the date, 1957. So a little bit of a newer one, more contemporary one, but not bad at all. Absolutely surprised that I'm finding so many today. I mean, I did pick up, 20 rolls of these pennies. We found some nice shiny copper as well. We have almost 2 rolls of copper pennies. I usually keep the shinier ones just kind of by themselves in a bag, and then I stack the bad looking ones into rolls. Some 2009s as well. So this has been very, very good. Definitely worth the time, in my opinion, because someday I don't think there's going to be this much copper in these customer wrap rolls. I think someday, oh, is that another? Never mind. I thought that was a 2009. Someday there's not going to be, all this copper out in circulation. So I'm trying to stack as much of it as I possibly can. And who knows, maybe someday, the copper coins, maybe someday they'll be worth more than just their face value. I mean, they already are in their copper content. I know at my local coin shop, he sells bags of these wheat pennies, 5,000 of them for $200, right? So obviously people are buying these, and so I'm trying to stack as many of these for free as I possibly can. And we've got another 2009. I really enjoy this one. I have one in very good condition. This one isn't in great condition, but this is the one of Lincoln sitting on the log. Forget exactly what the title is, but very cool. We've got about 3 of those that we found today. Bunch of 82s, as you can see. So we got a few more rolls to get through. We'll just have to see. I mean, right now I'm satisfied. If I didn't find anything else, I would be thoroughly satisfied, because we got a lot of cool stuff to put away. Plus, we've got, more rolls to add to the stack. Okay, just kind of skimming through this roll, and bam, another one of these 2009s. I don't think we found this one. This is Lincoln, I guess, sometime after he got elected, I suppose. Not great pristine condition, but still a beautiful coin, and a rare mint year with the 2009. So go ahead and let's see, put that right there for now. Okay, so this is the very last roll. Can't believe I just looked through 19 of these, and this is in 1968, so that's a good sign that we've got a copper ender here. Let me see if I can, kind of hard to get these out when I'm on the phone or when I'm filming. Sometimes I actually like to take a pen and just sort of, there we go, just sort of poke them out like that. So let's see here, seeing some copper, nothing too crazy, but I guess I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a closer look here. But yeah, nothing too crazy in this last roll. But that was fun. That was really, really exciting. I'm going to go ahead and just take a closer look here. Yeah, so nothing too special in that last roll. But we did get, let's see, probably over 2 rolls of copper. I definitely have 2 rolls of copper here. And then I've got some shiny copper I'll probably throw in a bag that I can kind of look at from time to time. And what else? We had the 2009s, right? Found 3 or 4 of those. That awesome 1945, I think it's 1945, right? Canadian penny, yeah, 1945. So that was pretty cool. First one I've ever seen like that. We got a stack of 82s. Like I said, I'm keeping the 82s at some point. Maybe I'll weigh them and kind of separate them. We did find 4 wheat pennies, right? And most of them were actually in pretty good condition. The star being this 1913 wheat penny. So very excited about that. Definitely going to add that. I have a nice little plastic roll with all the wheat pennies that I have found. I have bought a few rolls of wheat pennies. They're in like these kind here, and they're all like 35s or 34s, but I keep all the ones that I have found separate. And then we found, some cool nickels, right? We found old nickels, Lewis and Clark nickels, some S mint marks, And then we found that 2009 quarter. So, that just gives you an idea of the kind of stuff that I am looking for. Plus, I've got, rolls for my stacks. I might actually take the zinc pennies back to another bank and try to, shift through more. Because now I have, I think, over $25 in zinc pennies. And obviously the zinc is, I guess we could call it a monetary metal, but it's definitely one of the lower valued ones. So I might take those back, because I'll have maybe $30 or $28 worth of zinc pennies, and I could get another $28 and look for more copper. So I think I might actually do that, but the nickels I'm hanging on to. I guess I could always return them and get more nickels so I can try to find more old ones. But, we got some rolls for the stack. That's always nice. And that's what I look for. I sort of gave you guys my reasons at the beginning of the video. I think when we move to cashless, I think Gresham's law is really going to come to effect. Bad money drives out good. The bad money, the least valuable money, which will be the digits on the screen, that's what we're going to be using to make transactions. That's what we're going to be using to pay for things. This kind of stuff is what's going to be hoarded, right? This stuff, the real money, is going to be hoarded. And it's going to, I think the value is only going to go up. I think the value of these commodities like copper, like nickel, like silver, the value of these commodities will rise. Someday, you never know, they might even skyrocket from where they are today, depending on if the dollar continues to devalue. And in my opinion, I want to hold some of this stuff. Obviously, not all of my net worth is in silver or gold or coins. You definitely got to have some paper cash. Definitely have to have some money that you can trade with. If you can afford it, you should have cryptocurrencies and stock accounts. But I wish before I had started messing with stocks last year, I wish I had sort of figured out earlier on to have a physical stack. I think that should be the foundation of any personal finance plan. That's my opinion, obviously not advice. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you have a physical stack? Do you collect coins? Do you coin roll hunt? What do you think about copper pennies? What do you think about the nickels, right? Is this anything that you're interested in? Do you look for this kind of stuff? Do you collect wheat pennies? Let me know down below what it is you're into. Thank you so much for watching this video. And as always, until next time, God bless.